All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats. Our mission? To break down the DNA of a 400-year-old school and figure out how it might just hold a blueprint for the future of education. And our case file today is all about Latymer Upper School.
So our investigation kicks off on a pretty busy street in West London. You know, at first glance, you could easily just walk right by it. But behind this, well, this rather unassuming exterior lies one of the most interesting and influential schools in the UK. This is what we're calling the Hammersmith Enigma.
I mean, take a look at this. These are the gates on King Street. They look historic, traditional, almost sleepy. But they're hiding this huge, world-class institution that is anything but. It's kind of the perfect cover for a school that's quietly rewriting the rulebook. So what's the big mystery we're trying to solve?
Well, it all boils down to this question right here. How does a place that started way back in 1624 with a mission to help just 8 boys from poor backgrounds somehow become the top coeducational day school in the entire country? And not just that, but a place that's now leading a full-on revolution against standardized tests. Now that is the puzzle we're here to crack.
You know, any good detective starts with the crime scene, right? The physical evidence. The way a place is built, its architecture. It tells a story. And Latymer's campus, well, it's a fascinating first clue. It really shapes how students feel and act. So let's dig into that physical narrative.
Okay, so check this out. The contrast here is immediate, and it's so telling. On the one side, you've got this classic 19th century red brick just steeped in history. And then, bam, right next to it, the super sleek, modern glass of the Performing Arts Center. This isn't just a random mix of buildings. It's like a visual summary of the school's whole personality, this constant blend of the old and the brand new.
And the campus itself isn't just some boxy schoolyard. It's more of a journey. You come in from that crazy busy high street and you move through these different zones. You pass a quiet central plaza and you end up all the way down at the River Thames. That flow from all that urban energy to riverside calm creates this really unique vibe. Honestly, it feels way more like a mini university than a regular high school.
And this right here? This is a massive clue to the school's DNA. The boathouse isn't just a gym, it's an icon. Putting it right there on the Thames sends a huge signal. It says that rowing isn't just another sport here. It's woven into the very fabric of what it means to be a Latymerian. It says so much about teamwork, discipline, and being connected to the city of London itself.
Okay, so we've got the physical layout down. But what about the people? What is the product of this place? What's the archetype, the kind of person that Latymer is trying to build? Well, our next piece of crucial evidence is the alumni list.
I mean, just look at this list. You've got Hugh Grant, the legendary Alan Rickman, the incredible musician Arlo Parks, Heston Blumenthal, the guy who completely reinvented cooking. The pattern here isn't your typical list of politicians or CEOs. It's a gallery of creative, intellectual mavericks, people who change their fields by thinking differently. That tells you this school isn't just a grade factory, it's a sanctuary for original thinkers.
And then you read this quote from the school, and it all just clicks into place. Their goal isn't just to produce successful people. It's about mindful citizens who will lead lives of consequence. So the key takeaway here is that the Latymerian archetype isn't just someone who's smart. They're meant to be impactful and really aware of the world they're living in.
Okay, so we've seen the place, we've looked at the people, but the real secret, the absolute core of the school's DNA, is found in its contradictions. You see, great places are rarely just one thing. They thrive on what I like to call productive tension, these competing values that, when you smash them together, create something really special.
So here's the first big tension: radical tradition. On one hand, this school is as traditional as it gets. Founded in 1624, they still celebrate Founders' Day. But then you flip the coin, and they are being boldly revolutionary. They're planning to scrap most of their GCSEs by 2027 to focus on their own curriculum. So how can it be both an ancient institution and a radical reformer at the exact same time? And here's the second tension: inclusive elitism. I mean, those two words almost sound like they shouldn't go together, right? Latymer is, without a doubt, part of the academic elite. It's a top 10 school in the UK, the #1 co-ed day school. That's exclusive, by definition. And yet, it's also a national leader in social mobility, with this deep historic commitment to access for everyone. How on earth does it balance being elite with being so inclusive?
This number, this is the evidence, this is the proof in the pudding.
For their 400th anniversary, they hit their goal of having 1 in every 4 students on a means-tested bursary. Think about that. That's not some token gesture. It's a foundational part of who they are. It proves that the inclusive part of their identity is just as non-negotiable as the elite part. And to really get an insider's view, you have to learn the tribal language. This word, janticulum, you're not going to find that at most schools. It's a uniquely Latymer thing, a huge winter festival of performance that brings the whole community together. It's one of those cultural traditions that reinforces the togetherness you need to balance all these competing forces.
So we've examined the physical evidence, we've decoded the archetype, and we've uncovered the core tensions. I think it's time to put it all together and deliver our verdict on the Hammersmith enigma.
And here it is, the central finding of our investigation. The secret to Latymer's success isn't that it has somehow solved these contradictions. No, its success is fueled by them. That dynamic push and pull between tradition and revolution, between being elite and being inclusive, that's the engine that creates this incredibly balanced, forward-thinking place.
Which brings us right back to the school's famous 3-word philosophy. It's academic, driven by those elite standards. It's rounded, thanks to all that creative freedom and the diverse student body. And it's grounded, because it's rooted in that 400-year-old charitable mission and its focus on well-being. The tensions are what make this ethos a reality. And if you want hard proof of that rounded and grounded philosophy, look no further than the Bounce Initiative. This isn't just some poster on a wall. It's a real, school-wide program that puts student well-being right up there alongside academic achievement. It's how they make sure that while students are being pushed to excel, they're also being supported as whole human beings.
So, our case is closed. We've deconstructed the DNA, and it leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. In a world that's demanding both excellence and equity, a world that needs both respect for the past and a radical vision for the future, could this 400-year-old school in Hammersmith have accidentally stumbled upon the blueprint for what education needs to become? Now, that's something to think about.